There is a type of man who already has a car in the driveway, a perfectly good car, one that starts every morning, runs clean, and has never once let him down. And yet, on a Saturday afternoon, he finds himself standing in a stranger's garage, looking at another one. Something in his chest is already saying yes. The ad said it was a 1994 coupe, original paint, one previous owner. He told his wife he was just going to look. He said that last time too. He walks around it slowly, running his hand along the rear quarter panel, checking the gap between the door and frame, crouching to inspect the sills. Nobody taught him to do this. He just knows. And somewhere, quietly in the back of his mind, a decision has already been made. Here is what most people get wrong about this kind of man. They think it is about the cars, but it is not about the cars. Psychology tells us that the things we chase in adulthood are rarely about what they seem on the surface. They are usually about something older, something unresolved. The first thing to understand is dopamine-driven reward seeking. Every time this man discovers a new car, researches it, scrolls listings late at night, or drives out to see it, his brain releases dopamine, not when he buys it, when he searches for it. The hunt itself becomes the reward. That is why the excitement often fades after the purchase. The car is finally sitting in the garage, but the dopamine is already searching for the next target. But dopamine alone does not explain everything. The second idea is identity. For many men, cars are not just possessions. They are reflections of who they are or who they hope to become. A man who buys an unfinished project car is not only buying metal and bolts. He is buying a version of himself that feels capable, patient, and skilled. A man who buys something fast, rare, or powerful is not only buying horsepower. He is buying a feeling of significance. The car speaks the words he cannot always say out loud. Let me tell you about a man we will call David. David grew up in a house where money was always tight. His father worked long hours and usually came home exhausted. But on Sunday mornings, something changed. His father would disappear into the garage, and David would follow. He did not really understand what was happening under the hood of that old car, but he understood the feeling. The garage was the one place where his father felt fully present. No stress, no bills, no arguments, just tools, metal, and the smell of oil. David grew up. He got older, found a job, built responsibilities, but some part of him never truly left that garage. Now, every time David buys another car, he's not simply buying transportation. He's buying his way back to those Sunday mornings. He is chasing the feeling of standing beside his father. He is reconnecting with the version of himself that felt safe, seen, and close to someone he loved. Psychologists sometimes call this emotional anchoring. Certain objects, a car, a sound, even a smell, become permanently tied to powerful memories. And for the rest of your life, those things quietly carry emotion inside them. That is why some men cannot walk away from a car that makes absolutely no logical sense. Because the car is not making a logical offer. It is making an emotional one. And emotion usually speaks louder than logic. David is not unusual. There are versions of David everywhere, in cities, suburbs, and small towns across the world. Men scrolling through car listings at midnight, not because they need another car, but because they need the feeling that car promises. Men spending entire weekends under a machine they bought for almost nothing, not because it is practical, but because those few hours are the only time all week they feel completely themselves. And here's the truth nobody says out loud. Most men who cannot stop buying cars are not really searching for another car. They are searching for control. Life is complicated. Work is uncertain. Relationships are messy. The future feels unpredictable. But a car makes sense. A car has rules. You put the right part in the right place, and it works. You find the problem, fix the problem, and the problem gets fixed. In a world that often feels chaotic, the garage becomes one of the few places where effort still leads to results, where mastery feels possible, and where a man can stand back and say, I did that. And then there is freedom. Not freedom in some abstract sense, but something immediate and physical. The feeling of an open road ahead. No meetings, no notifications, no one asking for anything, just movement. Just the machine, the road, and a few quiet moments where the world finally falls silent. For some men, that feeling is the only time all week they feel completely free. And if another car promises even a little more of that feeling, then logic often never stands a chance. So the next time you see a man standing in a stranger's driveway, staring at a car he absolutely does not need, with a look on his face that is difficult to explain, understand something. He is not being irrational. He is being deeply human. He may be searching for the feeling of a Sunday morning garage. He may be searching for control in a world that rarely offers it. Or maybe he is simply searching for the version of himself that feels most alive. The car is only the door. What he is really looking for is on the other side of it. And if you are that man, if somewhere in this story you recognized yourself, maybe the truth is simpler than people think. Maybe what you found in those machines was not irresponsibility or obsession. Maybe you simply found something that made you feel whole, and there is something deeply human about that.